Jess, you need to realize that since you're an actor and you do plays and you write plays and you read scripts all the time, you do commercials, your recommendation for movies and shows carries weight. Why is this hard for you to understand?
Man, I got opinions just like everybody else. That's all
yeah. Opinion. And your opinion carries more weight. Why is this hard for you to? Why is this hard? Why is this concept hard for you?
Because it shouldn't carry more weight. It's just an opinion. That's it. I ain't seen everything. I don't have the same taste as everybody else. And when I just know that
if I have a plumbing issue at the house and I get advice from somebody who plumbs this, I know that sounds bad, a plumber, I'm gonna take advice from the plumber than just somebody on the street. You're the plumber in this analogy.
I understand that. If I say something is, all right, I got levels to this shit. If I say I'm gonna watch it again, that shit was great. If I say it was all right, that's it. Like that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It was all right.
Oh my god!
And if I say that shit was trash, which I rarely out there, but
so for me,
I ain't never watching it again. That means it was trash.
So for me, I know people, and again, not necessarily that they should, but again, I talked about this freely that I kind of want people to take my opinion on sneakers seriously. If people ask me, what do I think of a shoe? I want to give my honest opinion. If I think it's trash, I'm gonna tell you that hey, I don't like it, or I don't like the storytelling, or I just don't think those colors go well together, or whatever. I would like people to value you gotta know. I'm sorry, Jesse, that's your lane. You gotta accept your lane.
I have an opinion. If you want to take my opinion, I appreciate you. And just all I say is I won't say something is all right if I think it's good. You get what I'm saying? I won't say something.
So you're saying all right is closer to trash.
All right is just like
but you know,
all right is bad. It's closer to bad.
Do you know people who honestly like bad movies? Because I do.
I like bad movies.
Of course, I like bad movies.
That's what I'm saying. So
I tell people all the time, Never Back Down is one of my favorite bad movies ever.
Okay, but there's a thing about bad movies, right? There's bad movies that are bad and, they know they're bad and they just go with it, right? Versus something that takes itself very seriously, that thinks it was supposed to be this all-time great thing, and it was just poorly done on all levels or poorly done on some certain level, and it's bad. So a bad movie, but it's good to me. The Other Guys. I fucking love The Other Guys. Is it really a good movie? Not really. But for some reason, I can't put down The Other Guys. I know people that love Showgirls. That movie is terrible, but it's a guilty pleasure for people. It's a guilty pleasure for people. So there's plenty of things like Kev loves Never Back Down. I remember when Kev watched Never Back Down. I thought it was, I was going to go. I was like, no way. Watch the trailer. All y'all was saying that shit was good. I watched that trailer and I finally watched the movie and I texted Kev, don't you ever in your motherfucking life tell me another movie is good ever again.
Like I said, I don't know what it is about that movie, but I fucking like that movie, man. Sign me up for watching. I never watched 2. Actually, I think I have watched 2, but Never Back Down 1. Sign me up for that movie. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it popping. All right, welcome to episode 97 of Those Millennials Podcast. Today, I'm your humble, gracious, and highly favored host, Kay the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest. My boys are in real life. Jesse's here. What's up, Jess? How you doing?
Yo, what's good?
Rail's here. Rail, how you doing?
What's going on?
We are happy to be back. Hope everybody had a happy, nice, safe Christmas. Hope you enjoyed your time with the family. Hope you enjoyed your time away from the family, if that's what you into. Hope everybody's safe. Hopefully you got what you wanted. And now we're looking forward to 2022 and all the bullshit that is gonna probably most likely come along with this, with the new variant and all that stuff. But I'm not I'm not gonna bring us down and talk about Omarion and anything else negative on this.
We go out of this.
It sucks that Omarion is just catching strays out of nowhere, just off a variant. It sucks. Shout out to him though.
I've been playing that music all day.
I was about to say, he can catch some strays, but go stream his music, y'all. Go stream that Touch, and then play Touch, and you know.
And the nigga just happened to have a song called Touch. That's so funny. So shout out to our first time and last time listeners. We appreciate you guys, and obviously we're hope you guys enjoy our content. Go check out Rail's new episode 2 of Rail's. What are we calling it, Rail? Off the Rails?
Yeah, off the rail. Yeah.
Off the rails. Go check out episode 2 right now. It's on YouTube. It'll be on your streaming services soon. All right, but so it's an end of the year, 2021, which really felt similar to 2020. Oddly enough, everybody's doing their list of best of. We have compiled our list of what, we've compiled our list of what we think is everybody's lane for the most part. Even though we all venture in different lanes, but what we specify in. So obviously, I'm going to talk about sneakers, my top 10 sneakers of the year. Jesse will talk about. Jesse, go over your criteria. I forgot your criteria was weird. I'm sorry.
So
how are you going to divvy it up?
I didn't watch everything, so but mine is like basically movies and television.
Right.
Kev says my opinion matters.
Your opinion matters. It carries weight. Check out before the pod.
I decided to do things of what I watch. So if you trying to tell me about a movie or a show that I didn't watch, and
here's the thing though, don't take so fucking long to watch this shit, Jesse.
You are right. You're very right about that. But that I watched, so I decided to do a thing of making a list. 10 movies and TV shows that 3 were great, 3 were let down, 3 were overrated or trash, and then a few surprises. So, you know.
Okay. All right. So that's Jesse's how he's divvying up his list. Rel's doing music because he listens to close as much to everything in genres except women. I'm just kidding.
I'm not doing the podcast. if you're gonna enable the panhandlers,
I'm kidding, man. I just like
no, because I had a conversation with somebody who really
I'm trying to tell you, real
about my mouth. And here's the thing. And I had a conversation, and this person, we had a very deep conversation, and I really appreciate that person's conversation because they reached out to me and they know who they are. And I'll keep our conversation private. And I would say this. I'm never gonna fucking change. All right, listen. If you ever gonna listen, I ride and just know that it's all coming from love. You know,
whatever that means. Yeah. So Rel's doing music. He's doing his top also, 10 songs of the year.
I got top 5 OnlyFans subscriptions as well.
Wow. Okay. All right. So. All right, so I'll start off first and do my top 10 sneakers. So let me preface. I'm gonna preface this. This is I don't want people hitting me up asking about what they. I mean, obviously, I want to hear y'all feedback. That's great. Like, if y'all want to give me feedback of what sneakers you think I got wrong or which ones you agree or disagree, I appreciate that. But this is not the best sneakers of the year. Period. These are the best sneakers for me. The ones that I think that I like most of the year for the most part. So obviously I'm gonna start off with a couple honorable mentions. This list was very, very hard to compile. And I'm not just saying that. I know a lot of people say that when they're creating and chopping down their list. I literally started with a list of like 20, and I had to chop that list of 20 to 10 So a lot of really good shoes on the honorable mention list. First off, there's no dunks on my list. I'm not a dunk guy.
How?
I don't. There's no dunks on my list.
How?
I'm not a dunk guy. This is my list. Not a dunk guy. I appreciate dunks. I know what they did for the culture. What I enjoy is basketball, and again, from where I come from, we didn't wear dunks. We just didn't wear dunks. Obviously there's some that really came out, just like the P Rod, the P Rods.
You snooze. The Paras are already smoking.
There's some great dunks out there. I know because my girl has a couple and she wears them. Trophy Room 1 did not make my list. Although it should be, I'm putting in the honorable mention list, but Trophy Room 1 did not make my list for obvious reasons, because all the backdooring shit, all that bullshit that happened with Marcus Jordan, it just, I can't put that on my list. Joe Freshgoods, and this one hurt to not put on the list. So shout out to Joe Freshgoods. Anybody who's in the know knows Joe Freshgoods from Chicago. He's like one of the new. He's not even up and coming. He's like one of the tastemakers. What's going on in sneakers?
What's his name?
Joe Freshgoods. His shoe, his 990 would normally make my list because it is dope, but I took it off my list. It was one of the ones that were on the chopping block because I felt his shoe last year was better than the one he did this year. The
red and orange ones, the 990.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it was a 990, but that was the reason why I didn't have him on my list. And then obviously everybody knows I'm an Undefeated guy. Undefeated is my favorite streetwear brand. Not by far, but it's my favorite streetwear brand. I don't have any, and it hurts me to say, I don't have any of the Air Force One versus Dunk collection on here. I wanted to put it on here. Like some of the packs I actually went for, I waited in line for, wasn't able to get them even during COVID. So none of those are on the list. All right. All my honor mentions are done. Started with number 10. I'm starting with the New Balance 992 made in the USA colorway. New Balance had a really big year. Oh, so first let me give my credentials for the shoe. So this shoe came out in August. Came out August 8th, and it's retail for $175. You can actually still get some pairs on NewBalance.com. They still have pairs available, especially in this colorway. New Balance had a really big year. I just talked about the Joe Freshgoods 990, and not only did they do well with the 992, but some of the 998s came out, and I saw a lot of kids wearing the shoe, especially out here in Vegas. I feel like New Balance had a really big year, and it deserved a spot on the list. These I'm still hunting for in my size. I will get these one day. But I just like this teal colorway with the gray. These are incredible.
The Carl Winslow ones, huh? That's crazy.
Getting older, you got to get some New Balance in your life, bro.
Put no dunks on there. Okay.
Yeah.
No dunks.
But he got the Carl Winslow ones on there. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to New Balance. Number 9, the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 Amber. These actually released in June 11th. And retail was $240. These shoes right here.
That's the room he want. That's the room he won't let me in, y'all.
These shoes right here. I didn't think I was gonna like them as much as I did. This model I liked. And honestly, I feel like all 3 of the colorways that have come out are really good. The yellow ones and the blue ones. If I had to put a finger on which one I think is the best, it would probably be the yellow ones, while these will be a close second.
With the gray and green?
Yeah, I don't think they're. Do you talk about the yellow ones or the blue ones?
I'm thinking a different colorway. I'm sorry. When you said the yellow one, I'm thinking about when you say yellow ones.
There's a where this is tan. There's a blue colorway and then there's a yellow colorway. The yellow colorways are the Suns, I believe. But these are extremely comfortable, and I took these to Miami. These guys know. I took these to Miami with me. I didn't realize I was gonna have people comment and compliment me on my shoes like that. I actually wore these on my neck. when we was walking on the beach. Like, if anybody remembers, what's that Nick Cannon movie with Christina Milian? Love Don't Cost a Thing. I'd love Don't Cost a Thing around my neck. And yeah, man, these are really comfortable. These are nice looking shoe, and I'm glad I have these. All right, so moving on. I'm surprised this one wasn't higher on my list. This is one of the ones that I look at my list and I'm like, why is this one not higher? The Jordan 4 Lightning. We've been waiting on this shoe for over 10 years, and it's crazy that when I was younger, in a year where the Jordan 4 Lightning and the Jordan 5 Toro Bravo released, where it's just like almost sneaker grails for a lot of people. And I didn't mention those in my honorable mentions, but the Jordan 5 Bravo, actually Toro Bravo came out this year as well. And they were grails for a lot of people. The Jordan 4 Lightning is a grail. We were talking about on before the pod. It seems like everybody has this shoe. Like everybody hit on this shoe except me. I didn't get a pair, but I'm gonna be real. At the time, I probably wasn't trying to get them. So I wasn't I wasn't probably on the sneakers app. I probably wasn't in no line. I didn't check any of the boutiques. But I mean, this shoe just screams nostalgic. It was one of the shoes I didn't think would ever be retro. And I will get this shoe one day. I just don't know when. Okay. Number 7. Air Jordan 2 Off-White Low. First and foremost, RIP to Virgil Abloh. What a fucking year that he had in sneak. Oh, well, let me say the credentials real quick. So this released November 12th. Damn, really fucking November 12th. And they retailed for $250. So again, like I said, rest in peace to Virgil Abloh. And in a year where he released arguably probably 2 of the best shoes that came out this year, this one I'm including. I prefer the white and black Chicago colorway over the blue and the yellow colorway. The other colorway come out. Man, just his impact this year of what he had. I mean, I didn't even talk about the 50 lot. Again, I'm not a dunk guy, but for him to have his hands and fingerprints 50 drop, like I was wondering how that drop was. Everybody was wondering how they released the 50 lot, and for him to have that drop, including the Canary Jordan 1s with the silver swoosh that came out this year as well. I mean, he probably knew he was, probably gonna. He didn't have much time. I was trying to say it in the nicest way. He didn't have much time left, so like the way he had a swan song. I'm trying to put it in the best way possible.
No, I mean,
his swan song for this year is just like,
it was crazy.
It's incredible. It shows that like everybody who was close to him talks about how hard he worked on these, along with the 50 and along with the Air Force Ones. And then we still have the Burberry joints that's still coming out. So I know those are gonna go crazy. So
I just want to say one thing, I just hope people take the time just to read. I mean, I didn't like some of his designs, the earlier Air Force Ones. Like I didn't like those. I felt like they were simple. Like, like they were just Nike ID models. If you could have made them yourself, I feel like, but when he got into the Jordans, that's when I felt like he made his mark. Like the Jordans, the Jordan samples. I didn't like the Air Force Ones and some of the Air Max. I feel like he really put his sample on. Like I feel like they were just. I don't know. Like I felt like he could have. I want him to do more creatively, like he did on the Jordan.
Are you talking about the what's it called? They came out.
I mean, anything that wasn't a Jordan mostly. I just felt like some of the Air Force One lows. It was just.
So you don't think the Prestos he came out with the original 10 were hot?
I like those. Okay.
The original. Honestly, I think his best work is. I don't want to be the flexing guy again. It's the 5s. It's the 5s and the Prestos, but like that whole 10 collection
I think his
incredible.
best work are both of the ones, the Jordan ones, the UNC ones, anything ones. I'm a one head, so I mean, I really want those UNC ones, but I'll never be able to put $3,000 on the shoe. So
yeah, and then obviously with his unfortunate passing, prices on his shoes are just that I'll never pay the price, but yeah, these like, and normally so let me get this off because this goes into another sneaker that's going to be on my list. I'm normally not a big fan of the aging people making the shoe age and the mids, it's already looking worn. You know what I'm saying? I'm normally not a huge fan of that. It reminds me of the Nigel Sylvester Jordan one, which I had a chance to grab, which I never did. I ended up getting the Adidas for real joints.
I like those.
I'm never really, I felt like those were done wrong. Those look like somebody peed on those. Where these ones on hand look like memorabilia, like how it's supposed to look. It has a Michael Jordan signature. The sole is cracked, and he did this on a Jordan 2 low, which is again. People don't like Jordan 2s, but the fact that he did this on a Jordan 2 low speaks volumes. And then obviously next year, I'm sure Jordan and Nike are going to hit us over the head with a whole bunch of 2s because that's what they do.
I've never liked the 2s. Never liked them.
Yeah.
But these are dope. These are dope.
Yeah. All right. Number 6. I'm trying to speed up. All right. So number 6, I'm giving her flowers. This is a woman's release, and actually, I don't even like that anymore. I think we should go to the European thing where it should be unisex, but that's a story for another day, another pod. This is the Laylee May Jordan 14 Fortune, released August 19th, retail for $190.
6? You a hater, motherfucking hater, man.
Laylee May is one of the best designers that's not being talked about. Again, because her shoes are women. She has 5 collaborations with Jordan, and they're all fucking fire.
Yeah, those are
not
hot.
One of them, all of them are hot. She hasn't missed, and she drops clothing with it that don't miss. And so for those who don't know, Laylee May's like, she's incredible. She's from LA. All of her shoes has really deep storytelling in it, and she smokes these. So I love these Jade 14s. I like the gold on the carbon fiber, and again on a model that nobody super duper cares about, but the 14,
it makes it look
she
so
smoked
sleek and clean.
She smoked these. All right, top 5. This one I'm sure a lot of people expected to be a little higher on the list. I'm talking about the Jordan 11 Cool Gray. This one I'm going to talk about for a little bit. Obviously, on this pod, we've been talking about this shoe for probably since this pod's existence.
What's the beginning date?
Oh, gotcha. Thank you. So released December 11th. Retail is $225. Obviously, these released 11 years ago. Now they released in 2010 was the last time we saw these. I've been fiending over this shoe ever since. This is one of my grails. I'm not even going to front, and I don't have it, and it still hurts me that I don't have it. We've talked about this shoe numerous times on the pod, on the episode with Dustin and John. Shout out to those 2 guys. That I wanted this shoe. They needed to bring this shoe back. And from what I've been told, again, because I haven't seen them in hand, they don't stack up to the 2010s, which I kind of expected.
What?
But I still need these in my life, so I'm not gonna even. I'm gonna take what I can get. Huh?
They're the same shoe. How do they not?
They're the same shoe, but the material. What they're saying is the material is not. It's not as good as the 2010s. They made it cheaper. That's what's been going around. Again, I haven't touched a pair. I haven't been in the sneaker store and checked them out. I will.
I'm muting myself back up. I don't know nothing.
I would, like I said, I'm gonna check them out in hand and see how those goes. But I will have this shoe in my collection. Prices right now are crazy on the secondary market, so I'm not messing with those. But for those who are patient, there are these pairs are on the ships that are in Long Beach that are on. They haven't made it over here to the USA, so expect big restocks on the Jordan 11 throughout the year, especially around All-Star weekend. I expect this to have another drop, so you can have a second chance or a third chance for whatever people. But I plan on doubling up when I have a chance, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so these ones I try to move a little faster. All right. Jordan 4, number 4. The undefeated Kobe 5 Pro Show Hall of Fame. This goes without saying, Kobe's last Nike sneaker. It's the Hall of Fame shoe. It has all of his numbers on the shoe.
Be number 1.
24, 10, his Olympic number, and 8, obviously. I was so lucky to grab these. I'm happy that I have these in the collection. I actually, I hit a pair for me and my lady. So I'm happy about that I have these, and the fact that it's Kobe's last sneaker with Nike for a while. And again, we don't know what's going to happen with Vanessa Bryant and the Bryant estate with Nike. These are special, and I've worn these once, and I've just put them back in the box. So that was number 4. Number 3, these ones are, at least what I've seen on YouTube and a lot of the other sneaker podcasts that I've listened to, these are the consensus number 1 sneaker by everybody. It's the Jordan 3 A Ma Maniere 3s. Now, I know people wanted the ones on the list, and the ones are smoking too. The ones are hot. They're burgundy. They're hot. But the way this sneaker was crafted, the quilted liner inside, like, they have a Jordan 3 without elephant print, and people don't care. People need to understand how much that matters. Like, they have and the thick cut of leather on the side, and it's not a loud color either. Like, people it's not a loud, again, this is what happens when you age a sneaker properly. Like, it's the good aging it's a good looking way of aging a sneaker. So, the Jordan, it's hard to say. A Ma Maniere, they smoked both of the pairs that they did this year. The ones didn't make my list, but the 3s, I just had to. And then obviously it's a women's release, so shout out to them. All right, number 2 is another sneaker I've been waiting on for over 11 or so years. It's the Jordan. I did it again. It's the LeBron 8 South Beach. We were just talking about off mic with these. I've been waiting for these sneakers for over 11 years. I had to pay to play to get these. I'm not even gonna play. I had to pay to play to get these.
That's crazy.
These came out during the height of Nike basketball. If people remember correctly, these came out. These came out along with the Kobe that it's escaping me right now, and then a KD that everybody this. This was the same time around. This was the same time that the KD was on his 4. So the nerfs are dropping. A lot of the good KD colorways was dropping at the time, and obviously this is the South Beach colorway. So this is when he first came, when he went to Miami.
I'm gonna be these are because the LeBron 8 is my favorite LeBron ever, and he has my 3 favorite LeBrons, which is that one. He has the red bottoms, and then he has the All-Star ones in those that I fucking love.
The All-Stars? What All-Stars?
The All-Stars in those. The 8 and All-Stars, they're all blue.
Oh, yeah. The 8 is just arguably one of LeBron's best models. It's one of Rel's favorites, but it's arguably one of LeBron's best models. It's surprised. I have, again, I didn't buy a whole lot of sneakers this year for, again, dad duties. But I didn't buy a lot, but I had to pay to play. This is what my Christmas present to myself. I have another LeBron 8 low up there that I bought, the sprites that I had to grab. These will not go anywhere in my collection ever. These are staying forever in my collection. All right, so number 2 is done. All right, so number 1, You haven't heard his name. Obviously, there's a lot going on with my man. So, I tried to keep my list collab light. I have some collabs, but I also have just regular inline sneakers. But when the sneaker is this fire, the sneaker is this fire. So obviously number one, and I'm kind of cheating. So number one for me is a Jordan 1 high and low fragment, triple cap collaboration. Jordan, Fragment, and Travis Scott. I know that last name. I know that's why I put his name in the background. No, we're not talking about him. I hope everything.
The first name too.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, so these came out. Oh, so let me give you the credentials. I'm sorry. So these came out July 29th. For retail was $200, and these are well above retail on the set. These are like going for like 3 bands now, especially the highs.
Can you get a pair of these?
No, I don't.
He just can't write all these.
No, his last name is not Cantor anymore. You can't call him that.
You right.
These are, to me, the best crafted sneaker this year. Again, 2 years ago, I forget. I'm sorry. I was in love with the Jordan Travis 1 brown joints. I know I said his name again.
Zordon.
I was in love with those. Those are one of my grows. Again, another sneaker that's way out of my price range. Hopefully one day I'll be able to own. I've seen those in person, and every time I've seen it, I just wanted to swipe my credit card like an irresponsible adult. But now that what's going on with Travis, and I've seen these numbers of these on StockX and GOAT, I will probably never own the highs. They're already out of my price range, but I probably will one day get the lows.
You got it right now.
And yeah, that is my list. I don't want people coming at me hating. That is my top 10. Now, Rel, you want to give your 5 of your sneakers real quick? Go ahead and give your 5.
I would just make a few swaps on yours. I think we pretty much have the same top 5. Like, I just thought the cool grays were number 1 because everybody's been wanting these more. The Travis Scotts, they're cool, but I would have put them at number 3. And then what was the release that we had this year that I forgot about? I can't think of it. Travis Scott should have been number 3.
You're supposed to have it written down.
Hold on, no. The Jordans. I can't think of the name of it. I can't think of his name. The Jordans. There should be number 2. The 4s. The 4s. Yeah, the 4s you put on the list.
The Lightnings.
Those should be number 2.
Okay.
Because I'm not a fan of concept shoes. Like, even though Travis Scott's is cool, I never get my hands on them. So, like, I rather like shit where I can actually get my hands on.
No, I get it. I understand.
I mean, LeBron.
I didn't pick a whole lot of collaborations. Obviously, my number 1 was a collab, but you know.
No, but those
I picked like 3 collabs.
No, but those are the only ones. I mean, that I would change it just to swap of those. Just swap of those because I pretty much have the same list.
Okay, Jess, your top 5 of your top 5 sneakers of the year.
Yeah, you pretty much hit it on them. The Lightnings are gonna be my favorite shoes, but I'm surprised you didn't put the University.
Yeah, Jordan 1s. Yeah, love those.
The fours. The University.
The 4s. Yeah, everybody had those. Those is hot.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put that one on there.
Not to make my top 10.
Not even your top. Oh wait, you said your top 10. Okay.
Yeah, not make my top 10.
I'm surprised you didn't have a pair of Air Maxes on there, but all
the Air Max 1 powders. I forgot to mention those in my honorable mention. The Air Max 1 powders are hard, especially the orange colorway. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like those.
But for the most part, yeah, like I would have just rearranged some stuff. I would have took the New Balances off. Not that they don't look cool.
Look, man,
I would have put them in like top 20, but not top 10.
Look, New Balance is having a hell of a year, man. They're picking the right people.
I respect it, but you know, I would have probably put some Pumas above New Balances on there. But
I got you. Yeah. If we were doing top 10 like on-court sneakers, I think the LaMelo Ball joints for Pumas is gonna be number one. Those is hot.
Mm-hmm. All red ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are hot.
Only thing is they're not really all red. They're like kind of like a blood orange.
Yeah. All right. So all right. So I know we already ran long on that. So let's get moving to the next topic. Try to speed up. I'm sorry I took so long on my list. All right. So now we're gonna move into music. Rel, you ready to give your top 10?
Yeah.
Song. Rel's doing his top 10 songs of the year. His top 10 songs.
I mean, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up for you.
This is great audio. Thanks a lot.
You didn't tell me you were coming to me next.
I was sitting there ready, like, all right, here we go.
Go to Jesse. Go to Jesse.
Okay.
Go to Jesse.
But what? Okay. Right, so Jesse has his top 5, right? You have top 10 or 5?
Songs or
songs.
No, why would we do it?
Okay. Do your topic. Get your movie topics off.
Let me do my movies. All right, so I'm gonna do this thing. I'm make it move. All right, so I got, like I said, I got categories. So I got, first thing I'm gonna do is honorable mention in the great category. Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That is an honorable mention in my great category. Honorable mention in the great.
Why are you talking about him? Oh, wait, like literally Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the one that came out years ago?
Oh, what is the show called?
Oh, the show!
Yeah. What the hell are you talking about?
My God.
TV show.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you haven't watched, he's Captain America now.
That's true. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Not bad. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Gotcha. Another honorable mention, like all those Disney shows did a really good job. I didn't really love Loki. For the most part, I loved WandaVision because they did something creative. Loki tried, but I feel like it kind of fell off. But and then I just finished Hawkeye, and Hawkeye was pretty good, and they brought my man back, even though I didn't love what they did with him, but they brought my man's back, and that's
Wilson Fisk.
Yes, sir. I love who's playing him, and I love that he's back, which is great because that continues the continuity from the other shows on Netflix.
That means the Netflix shows are part of the same universe. That's good news. Not all of them. But most of them,
yeah. But so also if you watch the latest Spider-Man, you'll see something else from that too. That will tell you that they're in there, and most people already know it. So but there's that.
No spoilers here.
I'm not gonna give no spoilers. All right. So then I will go into my letdown category of honorable mention. How
many letdowns are there?
I have 3 like real letdowns, but then this is my honorable mention. So I got 2 honorable mentions. James Bond is an honorable mention. I just didn't love it. I thought it came in with some hype, and the villain wasn't that great. The story kind of lagged. It was a little too long for no reason, and I just thought it was a letdown. Also, I would say Dexter, New Blood, is a letdown. Now,
I heard the first episode was good.
The first episode is really good. The reason why I would say it's a letdown and not...
Please don't spoil it for me.
Nah, not to go too deep in it. If you like Dexter...
Love Dexter.
It's Dexter. Now, I think what the issue was and why it fell off during, it's a long run, is because they had to do something different as time went on. Because, that same formula of doing something doesn't, you can't keep doing that every season. This new season, they went back to the old formula of what they went to the beginning. And it kind of just, for me, it was like, maybe we just didn't need a new Dex. Maybe it just was supposed to be like 5 great seasons. Like,
they ended it perfectly fine.
If you say so, it just...
the last season wasn't great, but no, I'm saying I digress.
It just needed to end. It ended. All right. So in my trash category, I
how
got.
you starting with the negative? Continue though.
I said in my trash category of like honorable mention of trash category. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, my biggest issue is like if you're gonna do a Venom movie, go all in. You're gonna do a Venom movie with Carnage, you go all out. Like you just do anything and everything. And it just seemed like they just went with the same formula of the first movie, which wasn't even that good. But they didn't try to make it any better in any way, fashion, or form. And unfortunately, it just got worse. And so I feel like it was a major, it was not even a letdown, it was just trash. Like you got worse. And when it was supposed to get better with the characters and good actors, I hate that it ended up the way it did. But it did leave like a fucking door open to some shit. So
yeah.
All right. Then in my surprise category of honorable mention, I have Nobody. If you haven't seen Nobody is like John Wick, but funny. It has I have his last name in my head, but I don't have his first name. Bob Odenkirk, something like that. He is he's Saul Goodman and Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. So he's a great actor. It is a John Wick type movie. It's funny, it's goofy, but it is full of action and fun. It's from the same makers of John Wick, and they did a great job. And it's a surprise because you watch those trailers and you was like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad," and it was actually really, really good. And then another honorable mention in a surprise. I'm not a Western guy, but The Harder They Fall.
Yes,
that shit was good.
Yes,
that surprised the shit out of me. I thought I was from the music to the imagery, the video. Some people had their knocks on it, but it was just fun time, and I think anybody and everybody.
I'm glad somebody talked about it because I was mad that movie didn't get more recognition when it came out. I watched that shit 4 times in one weekend.
Bruh, Lakeith Stanfield did his thing. It was a great movie. It was a great movie. And then I do have like some overrated movie, or actually just like overrated TV shows and overrated movie, and then I could just get into my list. So overrated TV show. If you on HBO, and these are TV shows that came out like new this year. I'm not talking about shows from they're on their like second or third season. If I'm not going into those shows, but
piss me off.
On HBO, The White Lotus. That shit is so overrated.
Wait a minute. But everybody at the resort?
Yeah, I just didn't. I
thought that wasn't that bad.
But see, listen to what you said. It wasn't that bad. People sit there and make it seem like it was amazing, and I was just like, nah, it really isn't. Really isn't. It's so overrated. On Netflix, Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass had a great idea. I think it suffers from that same thing where I couldn't get into the characters. I really didn't care for the characters. So if you watch Midnight Mass, I think it's kind of overrated, but a lot of people enjoy it. And then also on Netflix, Army of the Dead. I think that movie's overrated. Not saying it's not good. It's just overrated. You looking, you thinking, Kev, Dave Bautista, yeah. And
oh yeah, watch that one.
Yeah, it's
that was cool.
Listen to yourself again. It's
cool. They're making a second one, right?
Yeah, they're making another one. They came out.
That was cool.
They came out with one that's called Army of Thieves. That was like a spin-off of the movie.
Yeah,
but Army
that
of
was
Thieves
cool. I gotta check that out. That one was cool.
Kevin likes bad movies.
All right,
I like zombie and slasher movies. I can't wait for Scream 4.
All right, here we go.
Sorry.
Here we go. So I'm gonna start with one great, what led out. I'm gonna go one by one in each one. Let's do this. So in the great category, it is a TV show off of HBO called Mayor of Easttown.
Mm-hmm.
That
shit was good.
My shit. That was my shit.
That shit was good.
It was really good.
She acted her ass off.
She acted her ass off. It had spins, or it had twists and turns, I should say, not spins.
That shit was good.
Left you, on the edge of your seat. It was fun to watch, and I don't.
Kevin, you gotta watch it. Kevin,
I don't want to give no spoilers. Apparently, it's gonna get a season 2. I don't.
Jesse, why you at it? Tell him to watch Succession.
I mean, yeah, Succession, but Succession is on its 3rd season. I was just talking about like just new shows of 2021.
I'm just trying to get Kevin to watch Succession. My bad.
Like Kev, yes, definitely watch Succession. All right. In my letdown category, it is also a TV show. It breaks my heart to say this.
Keenan? I'm sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
It breaks my heart to say this. And this kind of goes into that same category of what Dexter or other shows that they
don't you dare
remake, huh?
Hey, hold on, keep going. But if you think I was with the show, I think you about to say I'm getting ready to drive out to Northridge.
It's not a bad show. It wasn't bad. It was just a letdown. Cowboy Bebop, the live action series, was a letdown. Now, the reason why it was a letdown is maybe we just had too many high hopes, because they everything from the visuals to the characters to the acting and their chemistry and everything, it was good. But the show just...
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah, the show just didn't... I was bored at times watching it. And it's only 12 episodes. Bored at times. I didn't really get going. Some episodes was really good. I think the biggest problem, and I was listening to a reviewer on this, and he's like, I wouldn't say this is the biggest problem, but maybe this is probably an issue. They try to copycat the anime. And one thing I feel like you got to do when you making your own thing, you got to make a choice. You can copy it and do exactly what the fans want and see where it goes from there. Or you can put your own twist on it. Take it as an inspiration and make it. Obviously, you don't want to change any storyline, but make it your own, right? And I know they worked directly with the creator of this show, but as a person who loved, I'm not gonna say I'm a huge fan, because motherfuckers is a huge fan and they know 10 times more than I do and watched it 100 million times. But I loved Cowboy Bebop. Watching it as I got older, I watched it all over again, and it was that much better, from the visuals to the way they did the style, from the music. They chose jazz and everything was in there. It just fell short. Now, do I believe it should have been canceled? No, it definitely shouldn't have been canceled, because where now in the 2nd season, they had the opportunity to go and do their own thing, because Cowboy Bebop, the anime, only had 1 season. So now you have all the control, and now you can do new things and bring new inspiration and new energy to the show. And I just think that, it was too intentionally trying to do fan service. And I think that's where it made its mistake. Or I wouldn't say it made a mistake, but I think that's where it left. It didn't leave a lot to...
Not to change the subject, I feel like The Matrix had that issue too, where there was still, I didn't need to kept on seeing clips of the first Matrix. Continue, though. Right. I'm not trying to throw you off.
You good. No, you're right.
I see your point. It's wasted movie time. Yeah. Why put it on the screen twice? Yeah.
And they did a lot of that.
Also, in anime,
so did Rocky too.
The villains like that scary villain in an anime, even though they can look like a punk, they can look like somebody that you could beat their ass. But the animes, the way they do it, and that person just talks, and you just strikes fear in the person, like your hero or the good guy or anybody. It's just like they say like a little whisper or something, and it just like fucking makes them shake. They were missing that with this villain in the live action. Like, I wasn't scared of his ass. He came off as a whiny little kid. I know y'all didn't watch the show, so I can't say much more, but he did, and then they started going to his backstory.
Now I'm gonna watch it tonight.
But you don't watch anime though.
I do watch anime,
but I mean, you can watch the TV show on its own.
You can watch some Dragon Ball Z. You can watch some Dragon Ball Z when you done.
I can't watch some DBZ. I have nothing to do, nigga. Like here's the thing, like that show Invincible isn't fucking incredible.
All right, so now let's go to my trash category. This one hurts me. This one hurts me, man. I hate to do this because you know what's funny is I didn't trash any of these movies. Well, except one of them. I definitely did trash one of them. Space Jam. I had to go into my trash category. Look, man. Look,
You kissed my motherfucking
I'm sorry, ass, King.
No, I'm sorry, King. You kissed my motherfucking ass, Jesse. How you gonna say the movie was bad? That shit was funny. I laughed. I had a great time.
Oh, I laughed too, but that don't mean I had a good time. Happy birthday on LeBron's birthday.
Oh, my bad.
On Brown's birthday, this is what you gonna do, huh? Damn.
Oh, he decided to lose a game yesterday. It was the day before his birthday.
He decided to lose again?
You see.
No.
Don't pass the ball at the end of the game. Don't pass the ball. Just pull up for your 15th three. Just pull up for the 15th three.
Jesse, don't pass the ball. Jesse. In a couple years, when we hang a statue, I don't want to see you down there.
All right, I won't.
Okay. I don't want to see you down there.
Oh, yeah, he could be the first statue of crypto.com. Yeah, he can go ahead that.
No, Kobe, no. We go Vino, then Braun. We go Vino, then Braun. We go Vino,
exactly.
Vino, then Braun. But Braun getting his statue. And when he gets his, don't take your ass down there, nigga, because you didn't even like Space Jam. And that shit was funny.
Look, the concept was okay. It's just, LeBron was very bad in the movie.
He acted his ass off.
He was so bad in the movie.
I thought the nigga might have.
Hey, real. What was LeBron's stat line for Space Jam?
Well, he only scored like 2 or 3 buckets, but he threw a bunch of assists though. The nigga, he would just, that is how Bron played. When he can get everybody involved, he'll throw 10 and 12. He don't mind throwing 10 and 12 to win the game. Rondo, and even if he got to swing it to Daffy in the Roadrunner, who didn't do shit. And then, how could you hate that fucking movie? It was an awesome movie.
You have not.
How many times you watch Space Jam? The new one. Yeah, exactly.
5 times. 5 times.
Okay. You're alive. And now, I'm not being hard on it. I'm not one of those guys that are.
No, you really. I now really know.
No, yeah, you're a stickler. Yeah,
I'm not one of. Well, I guess I can be a stickler, but I'm not one of those dudes or people that are like, oh, it's not as good as the first Space Jam. The first Space Jam wasn't good either, but
that's what I've been trying to tell people.
Yeah, this one was better.
It's just nostalgic. People are just
nostalgic. This one was better though. This one was better though.
If this one does what it did for us growing up, if it does for kids, the same thing for kids growing up, hey, y'all can get on.
What about me as a 33-year-old black man?
Right.
Hey man, you got.
I feel happy. I was happy watching this.
Yeah.
See Brian dunking it. That's crazy.
All right, what's the next one, Jesse?
I'm gonna go into. All right, now it's back to great, and this is a movie, Judas and the Last Messiah.
Oh man, I forgot that came out this year.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my bad.
Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, why did I put the Last Messiah? My bad. The Black Messiah. Yeah.
Black Messiah.
I think this movie, since it won last year, for which whatever, however they did that, it gets forgotten that it was made this year or came out this year. And it was an amazing movie. Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield, they were just brilliant. That is an acting masterclass from everybody in the cast. Everybody. So, I just want to let that go into people's memories. Yeah, I know some people might be like, oh, what about all these other movies? I didn't see all these movies that came out in the last 2 months. But this movie,
yeah,
Kev, you good over there? Kev, you over there ruffling papers?
Oh, my bad. Keep going.
Kevin Funyuns.
Exactly, man. Over there. Anyways, so I there's not much more I can say about that movie. It's amazing. It's great storytelling, and it's a reminder of what America can do when you're great and what they fear. And I'm not sitting there saying they made all the right decisions and did all the right things, but
I'm saying they did.
Story. Yeah, hey, I don't know what's right or wrong. I'll just say I don't know if I agree with everything. I know he was innocent and he didn't do anything. So, and they kept trying to put him in prison. But it's an amazing movie, and I hope Lakeith recovers from it. He said he struggled from doing that character, and that's usually when great work comes. But it also puts a toll on the actor doing stuff like that. All right. In my next letdown movie, you guys started to talk about it. So I will just go ahead and go into it. We kind of before the pod kind of was talking about this, but we weren't speaking on the movie. The Matrix was a letdown. Now, so anybody that's listening to this that follows me on Instagram will see that I put the movie was I. Now, I don't know about y'all Matrix fans. I'm not a super Matrix fan, but if you have high expectations and you excited about something, you don't want the movie to be all right. That's all I can say. There was nothing more, nothing less. The movie was all right. They did a lot of things. Now, I do wonder about this movie.
Apparently, they stopped pre-production several times for this movie. Yeah, not just only because of COVID. Apparently, they wanted to stop making it at one point too.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say, because they heavily relied on flashbacks in the first hour and a half of the movie. Just going back to clips of the old, we know what happens there. We know what happens. Why you keep going back there? We got 3 movies. If we wanted to go, what did Jay-Z say? You want the old Jay-Z? Go listen to my old albums. If we want the old Matrix, we go back and listen to the other Matrix. Watch the other Matrixes. I don't know what they were deciding in that. It was one thing about the Matrix 1, 2, and 3. And I know it's not called Matrix 1, 2, and 3, but I'm just saying 1, 2, and 3. Reloaded. What was the
Revolutions?
Yeah, okay. They were innovative. That first Matrix, nobody was doing shit like that.
You gotta think it's 10 years later. We've kind of done everything at this point.
Ooh, have we though? Because saying that we have done everything, then
we've kind of done everything. Now, what can you honestly do?
But the thing is,
what can you tap into that they haven't tapped into before?
That is what they said. That's what they said then too. That's the whole thing about being innovative. That is the whole thing about you got to bring.
But I'm basing it off the storyline though, in order to keep that going.
I'm not talking about the storyline. I'm talking about the fight scenes. I
thought it was cool
for the Matrix. That was cool. The action was cool for the Matrix. We're talking about for the Matrix. There is a standard here, and all it looked like was they kept just recycling stuff. He's gonna break this wall over here. He's gonna do the bigger punches over here. He's gonna
when he fought Morpheus and punched him through that big ass power blast. They literally repeat the entire Morpheus fight scene at the beginning of the movie. That's from the Matrix. They literally did the whole. They really
and Rel, you literally can't say they've made everything and everything's been done when we just saw a movie that we haven't seen last year, The Tenet, when they just literally innovated another movie and made it.
Did everybody like Tenet?
Tenet was Tenet. That was something different though. There was never been a movie like that before. That's a different movie.
Also, Kev, I would tell you, this is the nigga that said Dude was the best movie he's seen in the last 10 years. So they do new things.
Aesthetically.
But that's what I'm talking about with The Matrix. Aesthetically, it was lazy. Aesthetically, they could have, it just lacked innovation, lacked creativity. And that was for the Wachowskis, like that is what they do. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like, I'm not sitting there saying like they didn't have their heart in it. It just seemed like the lack of ideas and the focus was somewhere else. And maybe there'll be another one, like it, but ultimately it was okay. And honestly, it was 2.5 hours. You cut out all those flashbacks. That's 30 minutes off of it. And it was unnecessary flashbacks. There's a lot of things that was unnecessary. Ultimately, do I like what the storyline was in the sense of him trying to get his Trinity back? Like,
I will say this. I was about to say that Trinity smoked it though. Trinity did her thing.
I do like
Trinity did her
parts
thing
of it, but and this is me not being a super Matrix fan. I know there's a lot of Matrix fans that are like, this was not a good movie. And they will break it 100%. Down because they have watched all that stuff. This is me just watching it. I literally watched it. The first flashback, I was like, Second flashback, I was like, Third flashback, I was like, why do they keep doing this? Like, why? Like, that's what I kept saying. But all right. I'm gonna move on. In my trash category, my second trash category, I will go with Halloween Kills.
Thank you. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie in its ass.
The movie just sucked. That's it. That's it.
You did have a good time? Wait. You did have a good time for Halloween Kills?
The movie just sucked. That's it. There. I start there. Right. That's it. Like,
all right. Move on.
First off,
I had a good time.
Black dude making all the jokes, being a typical black nigga in the movie.
Little John, Big John, Little John, Big John. That's my movie. That's my shit. Anyway, continue.
Movie just
Kev likes that movie for real though. Like this, like he.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So I'm gonna go in reverse now because I would like to leave the best for last. Okay. So I'm gonna go into my last trash movie. I struggled with this. I wanted to put it in the letdown category, but the more I thought about it, the more I talked to people, and I literally will tell you guys. You guys know we talked about this. All these movies, there's like very few movies I actually trashed on here that I have on this list.
Trash Space Jam and you trash Halloween Kills, but continue.
No, I'm talking about beforehand. I didn't trash Space Jam when we talked about it beforehand. But
you trashed it.
Here's what I would say: Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was just it was trash. It was trash.
That was bullshit.
It had great moments. Overall, it's trash. But it wasn't good enough moments where it's rewatchable. And that's why I'm like, that's why it falls into the trash category versus the letdown category. It's not rewatchable. It's not something where I'll watch a scene. If it's on TV, I'll watch a scene, but that's it. I
would say
fights were whack for the most part.
The hype for what we saw, I was let down.
If anybody that's ever watched Entourage, I forgot what season it is, but it's called you met Ayin. What that means is in Entourage, they had a great trailer for
season 5. That's season 5.
Yeah, see, I thought it was season 5. And so Vinny wanted to make a Pablo Escobar movie, and and they were spending all this money. The movie was bad. His acting was horrendous. He wanted to prove that he was this great actor, or he's an actor's actor, not just a face. And
is that the season LeBron was in?
No, LeBron. He was in one episode.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. I know he was in the season, and he was in one episode. What season was?
I don't know if that was that one.
I don't know if it was season 5. I don't know. Maybe it could have been. Oh, I think it was because he jumps on LeBron's plane to get to Cairns. So, so he we call it a medallion because everybody was like, they cut up the movies. Everybody was like, the movie's bad. Anybody that worked on the movie was, the movie's bad, but they cut it up to make the trailer look dope. And they take it to cans, and they before the movie starts, everybody's talking about the trailer. So, the Mortal Kombat, to get back to Mortal Kombat, the trailer looked fucking amazing. The trailer looked amazing. It was
wish
like,
we could just play the trailer for people.
Somebody is doing
just put the link in the bio of the trailer.
Somebody is doing this right.
And just say, just watch that. That's your Mortal Kombat movie.
And then the movie happened. And it was just bad. It was a bad movie. The lead actor, who's not even a Mortal Kombat character, but all the Mortal Kombat characters we have, let's create a new character who's not a Mortal Kombat character.
That's how I felt all these fucking years with Resident Evil. Don't get me started on that shit. There is no fucking Alice.
I was gonna put Resident Evil on here, but I didn't watch it.
There's no Alice. Alice doesn't exist in Resident Evil. There's only one Alice, and it's a little girl that dies because she got.
Did you watch the new Resident Evil?
I haven't watched it yet.
Apparently, it goes back and it kind of like mixes Resident Evil 1 and 2. There's no Alice no more, but it's not
Thank
good.
God.
Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, they created a character, and then he's not even that dope of a fighter. The action scenes, the fighting scenes were weak overall.
Who's Mike Epps?
Huh?
Is Mike Epps in the Mike Epps? He's in the Resident Evil, right?
Oh yeah, he's in the Resident Evil. But overall, it was just. I hope they get a 2. It was another one of those situations where it was like the budget. I know they had a small budget. Hopefully, they get a bigger budget for it. But it was a major letdown to the point that it was trash. On to my next letdown. Now,
how many more you got, Jess?
I got one great, and then I got the biggest surprise for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Turn your mic down, Kev.
So.
Turn your mic down.
Got you.
All right. The biggest letdown for me is I'm a huge fan of this franchise. That's why it's such a big letdown. I felt like they are usually good with the first two. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Damn, I forgot that came out this year too.
It was forgettable. It was forgettable, and that's all I can say about that. It was forgettable. And then for my overall great movie, I actually went to the fucking movie theater for this. It was the first movie I've seen in the movie theater for years, and that is, of course, the greatest superhero of all time. His name, the great Spider-Man. Let me know a bad Spider-Man movie, and I'll tell you a liar, except for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. But it is still better than the worst of Batman. So I will sit there and say that. And all you motherfuckers that want to act like you are a fan of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man all of a sudden. Fuck you. You are fucking liars. Y'all all hated on him. No. I'm not saying you. I said
I am. I'm pointing at that box right there.
Yeah. No.
I've been a fan before.
No, you said you actually liked The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is cool. I'll give you that. I never said Andrew Garfield's a bad Spider-Man. I said he's a good Spider-Man. I don't know why people hate on him. They hate them. I was like, the movie wasn't good overall, but after all of that, fuck all of that. Because why? Why? Because we have the greatest Spider-Man that came out, the best movie, the greatest. He saved us again. He not only saves lives, but he saves movie theaters. He got people back into the movie theaters. Do you guys understand this? Do you understand? Do you know who was relying on this? Batman backed out. They said, no, we don't want to go up against him. They pushed everything out the way. They cleared out the way. He said, give me the ISO. I will save the movie theaters. And they did. They did. Not 100 million.
Sing 2 didn't save the movie theaters?
No. Not your boy James Bond. Not your boy.
I was in there. I was in there for James.
Yeah, you was in there by yourself. You was in there.
Maybe the other shows after me. Maybe the other shows behind me.
How many times they pushed that shit back? How many times? It wasn't good. It wasn't Spider-Man. Spider-Man said, "Hey, get on my back, y'all. I got a big enough web for y'all, and I will pull you to the movie theater."
All right.
I'm not gonna give any more spoilers. Sorry if you haven't seen it. It's an amazing movie. Great job, everybody in there. And then my biggest a surprise. This is a TV show. It fucking surprised the hell out of me, and it's actually a cartoon. Rel mentioned it. Invincible. That shit was wow. If you haven't seen it, it's bloody, it's real, it's dope. It gives you a different viewpoint on like superheroes, and you know, there's been other shows that have been trying to do this, but this was just great storytelling and kept it real. I just go watch it. That's all I can say. If you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it. If you ain't got Amazon Prime, borrow somebody's, hit somebody up. It's worth the watch. Definitely worth the watch. And if you don't got Amazon Prime, I don't know what you're doing with yourself, because if you're ordering stuff off of Amazon and ain't got Prime, what are you doing? But anyways, and then my biggest surprise, it is a movie. It is the greatest movie. Our Trip to Miami. That was a fucking movie. You know? People still talking about it. People still hit me up to today and sitting there like, damn, Jesse, I saw all the pictures. I saw your Instagram story. I saw it all. Y'all was doing y'all thing. It was a movie, and I can't wait for part 2. All right. I'll let y'all go.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it can't come to part 2.
Mine's gonna be, so my movie list is gonna be really short. Obviously they've already hinted that I haven't watched a whole lot of shit this year. So Judas and the Black Messiah, obviously Jesse hit on it perfectly fine. I love I enjoyed that movie. Sad depiction of what happened. No Time to Die I enjoyed. Fuck Jesse. I enjoyed No Time to Die, and I'm gonna stand by that. As far as shows goes, obviously I'm just gonna pick the safe pick and say what a amazing perfect 5 seasons of Insecure. Incredible. And I can't wait to rewatch it all in like a fucking 3-week sitting. But yeah, that's my list. Real.
I would say Dune is on my list. It's one of the best aesthetic film, like directed films. If you have a 4K TV, Dune is going to look awesome on it, because it's meant for that. You know, it's meant for high definition. You know, and now as far as the story goes, I didn't see I saw the original Dune, didn't like it. I didn't read any of the books, but
boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
But as far as like a movie that pops on your screen, if you like movies like that, Dune's on my list. Spider-Man. I actually like the James Bond movie. I actually got caught up on those. I actually like that James Bond movie that came out this year. That was actually pretty good.
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. The Last Duel with Matt Damon.
I gotta watch that one.
That was probably one of the better.
I've been to the movie theater 4 times, and that trailer has come on every time, and I give it a thumbs up. I'm like, that looks good. That looks good.
That movie was really good. Like, that was probably I would say that's the best movie I've seen. As far as shows go this year, obviously Insecure, incredible. I love that show. I love the creative. I need more Issa creating shows, content, whatever it is. Just her creating something. Just get Issa
her reality show with these like little group of kids that's they're like young adults. They're like entrepreneurs. Is actually pretty cool. It's called the Sweet Life. It's actually pretty sweet.
Issa needs just to be create. She's a creator.
Issa, stay in our lives. That's all we're asking. Now that Insecure is done, stay in our lives.
Larry Whitmore as well, because they
stay in our lives.
So shout out to Larry Whitmore as well. Insecure was one of my favorite shows I watched this year. I can't front. I would say this show wasn't as good, but I think the hype was the Squid Game. Like, after I wasn't as high as drunk, and I watched that sober a couple of times, I was kind of annoyed with the show.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it on the list. It started out strong, and yeah, that's why I didn't put it on the list.
Yeah, when I was like actually kind of sober, I didn't really like it. So Squid Games comes off the list. It's terrible. Fuck that show. Also, Succession. Kevin, just watch one episode of Succession. Just watch one episode of Succession. Succession, this show, season 3, it's incredible. I'm telling you that show. Just.
And I keep telling you, I don't doubt that it's great.
Just watch one episode.
It's about to be Euphoria time for me. I'm about to rewatch the old Euphoria and then get ready for Euphoria.
All right, can I do my list now?
Let's do it.
Yes, let's finally get into music. Rel's gonna do his top songs of the year and then his B-sides apparently. So get your shit off.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the radio hits first. So for the radio hits, I got Doja Cat with SZA, "Kiss Me More." I actually like that song because at first I hated it because I didn't like any Doja Cat songs, but then that Doja Cat song grew on me once I moved to Vegas because they play it everywhere. They play that fucking song literally everywhere in Vegas. It's like if you walk through any casino, you're gonna hear Doja Cat. It's like Doja Cat was made for Las Vegas. It's fucking stupid. I don't get it. Like, have you ever noticed that, Kevin, or is it just me?
That Doja Cat she had the best year. She should have won Artist of the Year in my opinion. So I don't doubt it.
Okay.
She's all over the radio.
Okay, so Doja Cat, that song, she grew on me as an artist. You know, more power to her. DJ Khaled, every chance that I get with Little Baby, even though DJ Khaled just does a bunch of weird shit in the video and his fat ass just runs around, Little Baby actually ripped his fucking.
Why are we fat shaming? What was that for?
I'm a fat person. I can say whatever I want. I can speak to other fat niggas.
Okay, continue.
We speak the same language. All right, and so the number 3, we're gonna go with the legend, you know, the GOAT, the possibly the greatest artist of our time, our generation. You know, we need to give him his flowers right here. We're gonna go with Ye and Hurricane because he got the weekend on the hook, and Drizzy don't got the weekend.
Why did Drake take a straight shot? What the fuck was that for? Continue, man. Go ahead, man. Get your shit off.
Tyler, the Creator, what's your name? That track is so fun. That what's your name, girlfriend? What's your name? That song right there has to be the number 2 song of the year because this was the year of Tyler, the Creator. He now is. I think this is his year. I think he should win. I think he should win Album of the Year. He should win Album of the Year.
Wow, over Donda, you're crazy. Continue.
I think he should. I
haven't heard it, but from what everybody's saying,
Donda.
Donda.
That's what I've heard.
That's
what I've heard. Donda's gonna win. Watch.
You can say what's gonna win, but it shouldn't win.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It should be cold, but whatever.
I was kind of
continue.
A little bit later. It's the mid-season. The number, I think, to me, I think the number 1 song this year. I think the number 1 song has to be Baby Keem, "Family Ties." I just love that fucking song. Like the way the song starts, the way the song ends, Kendrick's verse, because Kendrick is so fucking dope that he don't
spoken on top 5.
Yeah, the fuck that single, burn that hard drive, burn that shit. When he says that shit, when he says burn that shit, he literally means that. Like burn your shit, because he's done. So Kendrick's verse on Baby, I think that's the top song of the year because we don't hear nothing from Kendrick, and I've been a fan of Kendrick for a while now.
So what you're saying is this is the best song of the year because of Kendrick and his Baby Keem song.
But I think, I mean, he beautifully blessed it. He beautiful blessed it. Okay. J. Cole beautiful blessed it. But let me go with my B-side cuts. My B-side cuts as well. So these are my top 5 B-side cuts. I'm gonna start with no order. I'm gonna start with After Last Night by Silk Sonic. That cut. If I was about
over 777.
No, I think After Last Night is my favorite because you get more Booty on after Last Night.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah.
You just want Booty Collins.
That's all true. Yeah, I wanted more Booty on. That's the only thing I was missing is more Booty on it. So the only track
I think he just likes saying Booty. Continue.
He
just likes saying Booty.
Despite the fact that Booty Collins is a fucking funk legend.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? All right, so That's my favorite song on that album. Young Thug, off of his album, he had a great song called Friend/Stupid. It's my favorite song by Young Thug now. Like Young Thug he's a really good artist, you know. I mean, he's not for everybody, but if you like, you know, a acquired taste, sometimes you don't like to listen to different shit. You know, Young Thug's gym kind of music. So Young Thug is called Friend/Stupid. SZA, I Hate You is one of the best songs I heard this year. And she said it was a SoundCloud song that she uploaded, which is mean drop the album, SZA. And Don Toliver put out a song called 2 a.m., which was incredible. That was probably one of my Don Toliver's moments of this year. That was one of my favorite songs by Don Toliver on that album. And then what was the last one I had? I think I'm gonna say Drake TSU on that certified lover mid. But yeah,
is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
So, all right, so I'm gonna give my list real quick. So another list that was hard to compile, but I got 6, and I have no order, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna name my 6 that I have right here. So I got Seeing Green with Nicki, Wayne, and Drake. I go back and forth who had the best verse on that song. I've landed on Nicki, but you could convince me otherwise that it was Wayne. All right, so again, no order. Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic. I mean, there's nothing left to say.
That's a radio hit.
I'm just saying my songs of the year.
It was just it's a radio hit. It's a mid song. Nobody really likes that song. This other song was better than that one.
Bro, you there's a reason why you call them your B hits. I mean, again, Leave the Door Open. It goes without saying.
Better than Smoking Out the Window.
I think Leave the Door Open's a little better. I like Smoking Out the Window though. Industry Baby, Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. That song, fucking that beat and that song. Not Nas X did that shit. All right, so Back in Blood, Pooh Shiesty featuring Lil Durk. That song right there.
That came out this year.
Get out the club when that shit come out. Get like that shit right there. Obviously, and then if I had to pick a one, for me anyway, it'll be between Your Minds with Young Blue featuring Drake or Essence with WizKids featuring Tim's. It's probably Essence for me. Because again, not only because it was everywhere and everybody loved the song, it literally to me was like the song of the year for me. So that's where I land. Jesse?
Well, it took one of mine in Essence.
It was a song of the year, man. I expect to take one of yours.
I'll go.
You like good music. I expect it.
And then I'm going with her.
Damage?
Not Damage, featuring Corday. Trauma. That was my shit. Off her album. Damage is really good though. And then I'm gonna move to Pride is the Devil.
Pride is the Devil.
Little Baby.
Got you.
Little Baby is fucking murdering shit. And he's just, that's all I can say. Like that was great. And then I'm gonna go. Oh, did I just lose it out of my head? I'll come back to that. And I love J. Cole's Heaven's Gate freestyle. And you know, it's not really
yeah.
So that was one of my favorites. And then I just had it in my head. I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but fuck it. I guess that'll be it. But those are my songs. Like those were the ones that I constantly was playing. Like when I go to work out, those were the ones, or I'm on the bus, anything, those was the ones that I was listening to. So, or I'd actually have to just take a second and listen to it. I'd go play real quick. So definitely, this was a good year of music though. I'm like,
it was one of the best years we've had in a while.
Yeah,
it was solid, and we still got Kendrick's is coming most likely early in the year. Chris already said it's gonna be breezy January, like he's dropping. So,
and you gotta take 2 weeks for Chris Brown album.
Yeah, you know how that go. All right, so real quick, I know we're gonna be short on time or whatever.
Now I remember Knife Talk. I can care less for Drake on there, but Knife Talk is my shit.
That's gotta be one of your worst takes. What? You like Knife Talk?
It's a terrible song.
Okay. It's my choice. It's my song.
It's his list. But I just never thought
Knife Talk is my shit.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna move on to highlight of the year.
On there, but
we're gonna move on to highlight of the year. Again, it could be specific to you what you thought was the highlight of the year. I'll start off real quick. Obviously, I'm going to go with the versus the Locks versus Dipset. That was probably the highlight of the year for me.
Is that on YouTube? Top. Can I watch that on YouTube?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can watch anything on YouTube. That's probably the highlight of the year, and obviously our Miami trip.
Blunts and Butts.
And the obvious, and then on top of all that, what technically doesn't count as. Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's my two. I mean, I was gonna say the birth of my daughter, but she was born in 2020, so.
It still counts for 2021.
Okay, go ahead. Rel, go ahead, Rel. Your highlights of the year. Jesse, go.
I mean, look, Kev already said it. It like gets me hyped when I'm feeling down or something. I need something to pick me up. I go watch that the Locks. I go watch Jada go put up 60 real quick. I ain't never watched somebody put up 60 so many times. It's like that's one of the greatest triple doubles I've ever seen in my life.
That's the highlight. Man.
Like, that's literally somebody do a mic exchange after a loss so proudly. Like, yeah, we did this. You smoked my shit.
I mean, obviously there was a lot of good. Like, I mean, again, I've rewatched the Bow Wow and Soulja one just for a good laugh. But like, there's not. Again, I just said it for a good laugh. But the Jada and the Locks one is just
the comedy zone. Though.
It's different. It's different, man. It's just different. Rel.
I mean, this year's been nutty for your boy. I mean, I went through growing up. I mean, when I would say being 30, it's kind of like a landmarker for a lot of shit in your life. So, and I went through a move, and moved to Las Vegas and had to adjust. And it's a lot of shit you have to learn about yourself, along the way. So it just, I don't know, like this year has been, I don't know, it's been up and down, but I feel like I'm becoming something that I don't know. I'm becoming better than I thought I could ever be. Like it's kind of like you never know how much you can actually challenge yourself until you're in the fucking foxhole. So I think this year was kind of like the foxhole year for me. It was like, nigga, it's Saving Private Ryan, the first scene, and nigga, you on the beach, so you got to get out of there. So at the end of the day. I took this year in stride where it's like, this kind of was a setback, but, I feel like, I learned a lot of shit this year. So I think overall this year, the highlight was the shit that I learned. I moved to Las Vegas, which I never thought I would do. I went to Miami again with all my homies, and I hung out with Compton Menace one night. He poured me
So you left it. I'm about to say you left that part at the end of, but I keep rolling. You rolling.
No. I hung out with Compton Menace one night, and we went to a butt naked at strip club, and he was pouring me and Jesse drinks and our friend Deshaun.
Yeah, shout out D.
And we was, we was rolling through Miami at 3:00 in the morning. Shout out Compton Menace.
Go ahead.
But ultimately that was the highlight, I mean, like
that's good. That's a good highlight. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's been just the Dudley Boys running in on me.
Whose
music is that?
I would say this.
Devon. Sorry.
No, you did. It's been a year, like what Ralph said. Like, you know, my highlights. I would have never thought that I would have went to Miami this year. It was kind of like, yo, let's go to my like boys trip, and we did it. I would have never thought that I wouldn't.
We would probably win 2020 if COVID wouldn't hit at like the way it hit it.
You know what's funny is I probably wouldn't have been able to go in 2020 if COVID didn't.
Everything works out for a reason.
Yeah,
brother.
so
this is why I say, like, you realize you don't know who's challenging you, because like I would never move to Las Vegas had I known Kevin had lived out here for a couple years, and I've always wanted to live out here. I would, you know, I would never challenge myself to go to Miami to say that money to say you didn't even go with my homies. I would, you know, like you never know who's challenging you. You know, so that's what I say. It's been a challenging year. You know,
it's definitely, you know, I would say this. I am happy to be where I'm at. I feel like something's coming. I'm not gonna put it in the air, but I feel like good things are coming. Like so.
You gonna tell us?
I mean, it's just a feeling. Like there's nothing.
You gonna tell us? You gonna tell us?
I feel like, you know, anything that's like tough,
trying to get out of them.
That's tough and hard that I went through this year.
Pause.
There was a lot of difficult things, and I wouldn't have thought that this would have been my end of the year that I'm at where I'm at, and I'm actually in a good place. I never thought that, but good things have happened in this last month and a half or 2 months, and you know, leading into the next year, if this is what's to come, I embraced it all. Also, prepare to see me in a Marvel commercial coming up. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, yeah, he just confirmed it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Well, so we'll end on this, and then we can get out of here. Your funniest moment you saw on social media this year. It could be anything. It was a lot that happened, obviously.
Does my ex-girlfriend's Instagram page count?
Yes, that does count. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That does count.
Which one?
Now you want to get into specifics.
Does it rhyme with yo-yo?
She's never coming on. Anyway, all right. So for me, I'm gonna take an NBA Twitter moment. I'll take a moment that was way, like, literally in January, and then I'll take one that happened more recent. So the Gorilla Glue girl for me was like, oh my god, like people forget like that actually happened fucking this year. The Gorilla Glue girl who glued her hair, and y'all remember that?
Yeah.
The Gorilla Glue girl happened this year. I know it's forgotten, but that shit happened this year. And then
now that you remind me of that, okay, go ahead.
And then for me, this just happened relatively recent ago. One of the league's best, one of the league superstars, don't lotion his ankle. Kevin Durant's little peek, the little peek through between his sock and his ankle. Yeah, we know why you wear them long johns now. We know why you wear them long johns now, KD. We know. We know what's really good, KD. We know what's good. How you that good and that great? So now we know KD don't brush his head. He don't cut his hair properly.
That's bullshit.
And he don't lotion his legs.
That's bullshit. Nigga forgot to put cocoa butter one day.
He forgot to put everything on there.
That nigga needed more than cocoa butter for that. That nigga needed the whole bottle of Vaseline. He needed
that was like, and as they should, Twitter let that man have it. And as they should.
Because it was a little crease. Damn, man.
That's all they needed was that little crack.
This is why, man, I'm not gonna say it, man.
All right, so go ahead. Some of y'all moments.
This is why it's tough to be black sometimes. Old people. Why
we against each other?
Saw that and said anything. They would never said anything. It was us. We did this to him. We talked about his hair. We do it to a black man. This is what we do to a black man. Jeez, we don't want to talk about his hair. We talk about his ankle. God damn, he's an excellent basketball player. He's a millionaire. This is what we do to him. Be your own sometimes.
I know the nigga Ashley to his Johnson when he get out the shower.
Wow. I just find it weird that a player of Kevin Durant's caliber just don't lotion.
He a ball player. Nigga thinks basketball all day. That's all he does.
Hey, I know a lot of players, and I know they put lotion on. I know who put lotion. I know bare minimum. I know Wade, Poppy, and Swaggy P put lotion on. By the way, not to derail us, not to derail us real quick.
Swaggy P at right now?
I was just about to say, not to derail us. All these players that have been out of the league have been coming back in the league. Swaggy P, you ain't getting in the league because I know he recently said I can play for a 10-day. Don't nobody want you. Don't nobody want you, bro. Does anybody else have any moments?
I mean, and it was excellent until it got too much, but the crate challenge, y'all saw how much I was.
Ooh, yeah, the crate challenge. Shout out to the crate challenge, man.
Loving the crate challenge. I was loving it.
The dude who did it with a blunt in his hand.
Bruh.
Yeah.
The blunt, the one with the kid with a books in his hand.
I still don't know where y'all came up and found all these crates. No clue. But
apparently, crates.
Motherfuckers was getting hurt for them crate challenges. And thank God, I don't think a lot of apps and a lot of these companies, but thank God TikTok start banning it because they was showing it too much and people was just kept on doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else to?
Top 5 followers on OnlyFans. Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Give it to us.
Kiera Mia.
Okay.
PeakyXXX.com.
Oh my God, you the only Peaky fan still, man.
Okay. Keep going.
Rolling
Come
with
on.
Peaky.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to my email real quick.
Yeah, let's go to your email. The ones that when you get charged the extra $20, $40 a month for.
Never mind.
The crazy thing is there are people literally like that are getting charged $200, $300 because they followed or subscribed to all these OnlyFans. Shout out to them though. Get y'all money, girls. Anyway.
Hey, yeah, we ain't talking about them. We talking about the people that subscribe.
Talk about the fucking. About the weirdos.
No. Raise your prices up. Cause fuck them niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking weirdos. All right, so. That was our end of the year pod wrap. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. We've made it to the end of the year. This is our last pod of the year. So first and foremost, it'd be way too long to just say RIP to every single person in the culture that we've lost this year. But shout out to us, the ones that are here and to have to soldier on for all these people that have passed. Shout out to all the people that have learned something, that have loved someone.
Hold on, I would have to say this because it just happened a few days ago. We do have to at least acknowledge, rest in peace, Mr. John Madden.
Rest in peace to John Madden, obviously. Bill Simmons did an awesome pod. Bill did an awesome pod about that. So, yeah.
I never knew about football till I didn't understand John Madden
control football until I heard that, and then boom.
Yeah.
It was big. Like it's like Bill Simmons said, it was big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was big when John Madden showed up.
I'm glad he didn't bring that up, by the way, Zeus.
Also, by the way, we had the greatest concert of the year this year. We had just a moment in time.
I was going to say a really bad joke, so I'm going to keep it to myself.
Just Michael Jackson and James Brown sharing the stage together of our generation. I hope you grabbed Linux and you sat on your lap and you let it watch this, 2 or 3 times with you. Because we're never going to see. I'll be honest with you. The moment, I'll say this one time and I'll finish. With the moment when they're walking down and they're hitting the ultralight beam song and the light is smashing on Drake and I'm crying. It's just so much forgiveness. It's just so much forgiveness.
Oh, yeah.
Forgiveness for what? Forgiveness for what? Okay. All right. Good audio, Ro. Thank you for answering my question. I lost reception. All right, so thank you again. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna give details to our giveaway for our 100th episode. And I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you guys in 2022. We're those millennials.
Year.
And we're out.
New Year. Happy New Year.